Hey, this is Big G from Raw Deal the Last Big Night Cooking and Conversation. How y'all doing? I'm gonna wait for a few people to come in here. We're getting it started up. Y'all see the title? Big Security. He didn't have a chance. LaFonso Ladon, how you doing, bro? Oh, I called your name out, LaFonso, but CG beat you in here. Or he jumped you. Starshimi. Starshimi. Zucker One, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Glad to see y'all in here today. I want to discuss some things. We got left on the last program with Seeds for the Day. And that Seeds for the Day program, like people still not hearing or not understanding, what I meant or they getting stuff confused. And you got people that want to believe what they want to believe. So I'm just going to give you guys what I see all the time, or what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I know to be true. And whoever's, against it, they're against it. But I want you all to know every bit and every part of it. I mentioned my book, and then I spoke to some people today, and they said that, Gene, you gonna, unless I'm gonna cut it short, or I'm not gonna give the people everything I want to give them, then it's going to be a difficult thing to try to get it out before March tonight. Hold on. This is Miss Jones. I'm sorry about that. Miss J, I'm on the phone. I'm doing a program right now. What's going on? Want me to call you afterwards? Okay, bye. Yeah. Anyway, um, I'm glad y'all here with me because I want to tell y'all about the security that night and why Big ain't have a chance with the security that he had. Yeah, I see this old school pony. You know what I'm saying? I got the jogging pants to go with it. Yeah. Melly Mel, what's up with you, D Miller? Randy SoCal, glad to see you in here always. All right, Zucker One. I got Mud Jones. I see y'all. Listen, I just want to tell y'all about the security thing. So, you don't get no misconceptions as if that, somebody with an East Coast, West Coast, quote unquote, war would have not even five security at a function. When we in New York, and it's could be a bad boy party, they gonna have anywhere for, like we going to a big party. They're gonna make sure it's 6 to 10 securities. But we in LA, and it was your Uncle Paulie, the Inglewood cop, me, and Kenny. Now the Inglewood cop was driving his own car. So how much security you could be if you're driving your own car? Kenny was driving Puff car. Puff was my principal. That means, for the people who don't understand, I was responsible for Puff. Mud Jones, thank you for um, that super chat. It ain't no. I don't need to practice for choke, but I do need to be in the kitchen. But when I made that filet mignon and those vegetables and everything, I got too much stuff to eat. So I've been trying to. I just made some brown rice today. I'm just trying to knock that off, bro. And as soon as I'm gonna post some couple of things because people want to know how to cook certain things, and I've already done it. D Mobile, thank you for your live super chat too. So I'm just trying to Get that out the way, brother. So now I want to let y'all know what was happening with security. You understand? And even though Big wasn't my principal, I still blame myself for getting in the car with Puff. And I still say this today. Had I known Chaz was right across the street, I wouldn't have got in the car with him. I wouldn't have had to. You understand? But, I wasn't going to get left out there on the streets of Cali either. But had I known Chaz was across the street, I called him and his team to come to the party because I seen the situation. So I would have, not. I'd have walked down to the corner at least and met them at the corner because we was leaving out and they were leaving. So I want to give y'all what actually happened, what went down. Some of y'all have already seen Raw Deal 1, 2, and 3, and y'all got a picture of what I was talking about with security. So now, what I don't know if I told y'all that when we was on the video shoot and they was shooting Hypnotized, which was shot in California, some a-hole said, "Oh, I was lying because he said I think it was shot in Miami." Okay, it was shot in California. So at the time when it was shot, we had these guys called the Mercenary Men, and it was about 4 or 6 of them, I think. And I mean that they were high profile. You could tell they had some kind of military or high intelligence law enforcement background because they were on point when we were shooting that video. After we shot the video, I didn't see them anymore in California. After Hypnotized was done. Big was killed after Hypnotized was done. So when we went to the party, we started off at Andre Harrell's house. Now, like I said before, I had got a call from Unique. Unique was the guy from Mecca Audio. So I tell Paul, who's over Big security this weekend, because Arista was paying for 2 extra security for Big. But Paul is actually a bad boy security, Puff security. But Puff allowed him to work for Big this weekend. So that means instead of having an extra body that Arista paid for, Paul was taking that. We would only have 5 men then, but it would have been an extra body. But nonetheless, it didn't happen that way. So we still down. We should have had at least anywhere from 8 to 10 people out there, just security minded, security anyway. So you could have the block locked down. You can have let me say the streets locked down. So when I get to Andre Harrell's house, I tell Paul about the threats and that we shouldn't go to the party tonight because they made it clear. Unique made it clear they coming to get y'all. That they was coming to get us that night. Now, anybody who knows somebody and knows that when sometimes people in jail here before even hit the streets, and it's street stuff. Unique was doing kingpin charges. You understand? He's a brother from New York. His brother was allegedly a known drug kingpin also, and the DEA killed him in the hotel. But Unique was a good friend of mine. So I tell Paul the situation. Paul said, "Tell Puff." You want to tell Puff? I said, "Where Puff at?" He said, "He upstairs." So when I tell Puff, he tells me he don't want to hear it and that I don't have to go. I went through the whole thing about going to the table. I started using Andre Harrell's phone. I called my brother Slick, who's from 112th Street. Now, I know this may be a little mundane because I've told this story before, but Slick told me not to go. F him. I felt that I shouldn't do that because I know these kids ain't got no guns. Paul didn't have a gun because he was using one of mine. D Rock and them didn't have no weapons and nothing like that. Kenny was Puff security with me. And Paul had an Inglewood cop. So now I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I make the phone call. Slick tell me, listen, don't go. I said, no, I ain't gonna leave those kids out like that. Now I've told Big. I came out the door. When I went out the door, I was surprised to see Big and them out there because I had already had a big conversation with D Rock. And D Rock said they wasn't going nowhere. They had already recognized the fact that Puff was trying to get them in places. That's when me and D Rock was at the studio. That's the time Big had told Puff that I had smoked the L with D Rock. You understand? So now, and he said then he needed more security. Did he say he needed more security because I smoked the L with D Rock? Because I wasn't his security. Puff just left me there that particular day with him. Or did he tell Puff that because he was either being funny about me or he really needed more security? Anyway, they hadn't been in none of the function me and Puff had been to. We was going to the movies, out to dinner. We seen Dr. Dre. We seen Will. We seen a lot of different people. We seen Dr. Dre and them on the Ave stop. Was talking with them. We had seen. We had went to the House of Blues, see LL perform. You understand? Big them didn't show up to none of the things we went to. Mace was at the. It went to the. Was it? It wasn't a Century Club, and I had to go get him up out of there. So it's a lot of different things that they wasn't going through that, people try to make seem like, they were out and about. And when I heard Lil C's talk like that, I was like, come on, bro. Y'all was hotel bound. You understand? It was hard for Big to even get around anywhere. You understand? So, we all know why they taking that role to talk the way they talk and say some of the things that they're saying. So keep in mind, you understand, if they go anywhere, they only got one or two securities. They got Paul and the Inglewood cop. Now, that night at the club, that night at the Peterson Museum, you understand, when we're going to the party, I'd already told Big and them that somebody gonna come and kill us. Lil C said, go ahead, Gene, with that old cop shit. And I said, no, you need to go ahead with, you need to go get you a GED. You know what that is, a good enough degree. So they don't cheat you out your money like they did your man. And that's when Big said the smart shit, yo, Gene, you're going to stop all that before I have Tone and D-Rock hold you while Lil C's get his shit off. And then I said, my shit, yeah, that shit sound good. It may make you feel good, but it won't be healthy. You know what I'm saying? So Puff comes out the door. We goes to the museum. It was 23 of us. All those guys that was inside Andre Harrell's house. Now, Big's man, who was in a white Land Cruiser. See, they try to make y'all think that somebody came and cut Big off and everything. No, man. That was Big's boy who was at Andre Harrell's house with us. You know what I'm saying? I wish this dude would let himself be known. You understand? But it was Big's man at Andre Harrell's house. He was from Philly. He had a white or a cream color Land Cruiser, right? That's real important on that night. And I'm going to tell you why a little later. So we get to the party, and I didn't even know this at the time. And I think Choke brought it to my attention. He must have heard it from somebody, or somebody said it before, that Keefe D and them was downstairs when we came in. I didn't see them at the time. I only seen Keefe D when we came up because I had to let the 23 people in. I counted every last one of them before they got up to go up the escalator or whatever. So, like I said, and I never seen the officer come in the party. I never seen the LAPD officer come in the party that night. If he did, I don't know about it. Because upstairs, it was just me, Paul, and and D-Rock was right here. But like I said, D-Rock is Big's man. You know, you can't count him as being the security. I know he's going to do what he can for his man if he has an opportunity. You understand? But if you ain't got no gun, if you ain't got no kind of way to protect them the way we needed it like that, what good was that? So now, we had a party upstairs in the Peterson Museum, and Kenny, I don't know if he came upstairs either. That was our driver, but he was security too. Both of these guys are from California. But nevertheless, we only got two guys with security upstairs with weapons. That's me and Paul. And Paul got the weapon I gave him. So now, we make it up out of there. Now, this is what happened. Big was taking his time because he had to take his time. I ran down the stairs and I made sure each one of those cars were right in front of the door. Kenny and G. They had both of those cars outside before Big and them even got upstairs. I made sure they was in the front. Then I ran upstairs with them. So when I ran upstairs with them, I let Big and them know, your cars is right downstairs. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm doing all this work. And Puff is my only principal. I'm only really responsible for Puff. Where were the other security people and what were they doing? And I'm going to get to that. So now, we get downstairs, we get in the car. So we ready to go. I'm thinking that we ready to go. The cars are right here. Everybody loads up and stuff like that. But Puff don't get in the car. Puff is saying that, oh, we got to wait for Paul and them. Let me just tell y'all something. We got to wait for Paul and them. So I'm like, this is crazy. We never wait for nobody. We never wait for nobody at no party. If a car ain't ready, catch up with us. Catch up to us. Play catch up. And that's what usually happens. If your car ain't ready, we catch you when you catch us when you can. Spoil. Get on out of here, Jinx. Getting people writing letters to you and everything like that. Yeah. So now, we usually just go about our business and call them on the phone. We all have cell phones. So call them on the phone. So Puff running around getting girls, talking about still doing the same stuff that he was doing. Tell them I was supposed to remember them and everything like that. So I tell you about the The Muslim coming up. First, the guy in the blue and the white shirt. I asked Paul, did he see him? Paul said, yeah, I saw him. So then we get the Muslim dude. He come up in there. Ask Paul. Mud Jones, I'll answer that later because that was something that came from Biggs and them camp. You know what I'm saying? Mud Jones asked why I think Snoop was interested in where we were. And come to find out he wasn't even in California at the time, I think, allegedly. So now we sit up there, Puff running back and forth and everything like that. So now I'm out there and Paul. Kenny's in the car behind the wheel. The other cop is getting their car out. So it's just me and Paul. Two securities doing the work of what 10 should be at this given time. It's already some shots of somebody already took some shots on the other side of the museum. We know there was no police present, no helicopters and nothing like that. And we got me and Paul out there. You know, Paul said he's waiting for the LAPD guy, the Inglewood cop, to get the car out. So when we go up, we pull out to the driveway. When you pull out to the driveway of the Peterson Museum, you're facing like I'm just facing like I'm facing you. And there's cars lined up right there. What Lucy's is talking about, and I said this 1,000 times, this car had to be parked in that same position because it's parked closer to the curb. You understand? When Lucy's comes up to the light, you understand? Lucy's come up to the light, and we had already took off. That's when the car pulls up out the parking spot, hit Biggs up, and turned the corner. Tone saw everything prior to the guy even took his first shots. But let's get back to the point when we're doing the security. So we all lined up and everything like that. And now we pull out and we line up the same way the cars are parked. So now I go back to Paul. I say, y'all ready? Everybody good? Paul said, yeah, everybody good. I say, everybody in there, let's go, man. Follow us. Paul said, okay. So now Biggs and them partner, friends them in the white Land Cruiser are across the street from us. They are across the street from us. So when we runs the light, Biggs and them friend tries to do a U-turn to get behind Big and them. But I don't know what Paul mind at or the other security guys at. They don't even know they with us. I don't know where they was at. They came from the house with us. Paul jumps out the car and tries to stop him from getting behind Big. When he does that, that's when the guy rolls up. You know, he in the parking spot on the curb because he's in that parking spot. When Biggs them stop at the light, he rolls up from the parking spot. He's in the first car at the light. He rolls up, pow, 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 then makes the turn. During the time before he took the shots, Tone said, yo, somebody's pointing a gun at Big. Prior to that, me and Puff had got in an argument because I wanted to ride on the side of the car for the next 3 blocks until we get clear. Make sure nobody's following us. Make sure that, you know, I'm 6'7", I'm in the back of a car. You understand? How can I, unless I'm shooting from the window or shooting on the side or something like that, you know, I can't maneuver. But if I'm riding on top of the car, I can run off, jump off. And, you know, listen here, back then, you looking at a Big Jean 235, 245 from a Big Jean 220 now. I mean, 320 now. So you looking at somebody with 235 then and to 220 now, 320 now. I'm mobile. I can move. I'm still playing basketball and everything like that. Still playing in the tournaments, the Kingdom, the Ruckers. I'm still doing all that. The Police Olympics. I'm doing all that. I'm still agile. So now, when Tone said that, I go to open the door. When I go to open the door, Kenny hear the shots. He hit the gas, going in the opposite direction instead of putting it in reverse. So I'm cussing Kenny out, telling him to turn around so we can go back. When we get back, we go back in front of Big's car like this. Big is the only one in the car. Security. Paul was outside the car. The LAPD was in the car behind Big's car. Excuse me. Why didn't he go after the car? When the guy took the shots, pow, 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 jet around Big's car. You understand what I'm saying? Jet around Big's car and go after the dude. Crash him, do something. He ain't budged. He may have jumped out his car and ran with them. Because Paul, D-Rock, and C's ain't tell y'all this. He said on the news that we ducked down. No, y'all ducked and y'all ran out the car. Because we was already at the car and wasn't nobody in the car but Big. And that's when D-Rock came back and said, oh, they got my man. Tone say, Gene, come on. Me and Tone jumps in the car that Kenny was driving at first. And that's when we took after the guy. And Tone was driving like a maniac. And we could see the guy lights because the streets was empty. We could see the guy's lights. You understand? And Tone trying to fly every time Tone like it goes down. Then the guy made a turn or something like that. When we got up there, it was nothing. We couldn't see nothing else. So Tone, let's get back. We get back. Now, one security personnel say, yo, the police is on the other side. They knew they had just put it out. Now, one security personnel said, we're going to stay here till the ambulance come. Now, one security personnel went and got the police on the other side. Because when we got back, you know what I'm saying? I asked y'all call 911. They said, yeah. But then I take and I walk down to the Peterson Museum where we came out of. That's when I seen your man. I said it 1,000 times, get tired of it. DJ Quick. But I didn't even think myself to run across the thing to go get the police or the fire department or the ambulance people that was on the other side. I didn't even think it. So when I'm down there, you know, seeing if anybody's saying something, Paul runs and say, yo, we finna take Big to the hospital. Then that's when I come back up. But security didn't give Big a chance. We didn't have enough security, and security wasn't thinking. If you wondering why, or did I tell Paul and them to run the light? Anybody, and you could tell these dumb, these people that's crazy and got no sense, that we all know this. When you're in a convoy, if one person run the light, the second person run the light, the third person run the light, the fourth person run the light. If one get a ticket, we all going to get a ticket. We all supposed to do the same thing. So did I tell G Money to run the light? No, I didn't. Did I tell Paul them to run the light? No, I didn't. But if they see we run the light, they supposed to follow the leader. Whoever leads, whatever he do, he make a right, you make a right. He make a left, you make a left. He do a fucking donut in the middle of the street, you better do a donut in the middle of the street. Sarah Amalia. All right, I'll get to that. Now, Saya, I think it's Saya Alame. How did the guy know what side to park on the street? I think they may have had it set up on both sides. They may have, because as I remember, there was cars down at the other end on the other side of the street too. So whatever turn we would have made out of there, they probably would have been set up on that side. See, they had stopped it where the cars wasn't going out on that side, or the police was directing the cars on that side. When we parked on that side of the street, I think that just gave that side, whoever was in charge of that hit, they team on that side, you understand, was going to do what was need to be done. It was a setup, man. But see, what they not telling y'all, again, and I go to say this 1,000 times, you cannot tell me that there was not video surveillance all that night, because some of the pictures they showed me came from video surveillance. Even the guy with me and Puff and the Muslim guy. If they got that guy in the blue and white shirt who came through that down that block by himself and stood out there, they got the one in the Muslim guy shoot too. That shirt, the guy in that blue and white shirt, he came before the Muslim guy. So if they got that picture, they got that Muslim guy. And somebody said they're eventually going to come out with it. They're eventually going to show it. But security didn't do what they were supposed to do, y'all. You understand? Like, and I'm to blame because I shouldn't have never got in the car. I knew better. I knew better. I knew better. In a few minutes, what's that, D-Money? D Miller? Melly Mel, what up with you? Carter 1998. Well, and I got to answer your question too, man. Bignum told me at the studio that night when Puff was trying to figure out did he write Lil' Kim stuff. They mentioned they was keep that Snoop kept calling them. You understand? They mentioned that, and he was saying it as if, yeah, man, you know, he keep calling trying to find out what we doing and everything, and they was playing it off and all that, but then they was saying in the whole thing, and we come to find out that he's in Miami. What do you want to know what we're doing and what's going on? And they kind of felt that was kind of funny, but they wasn't even responding back to him. You understand? They wasn't responding back to him, which was good. Mike Walk, I see you. Starshima Smith, thank you from showing the love from the Bronx. Tyler Smith, what's up? Out there in Waco, Texas. Okay, Raymond. Fabian Dawson, all right. So now, Paul, who's responsible for having the cop dude there, they made no attempts prior to us coming from all the way down the block around the corner to get there to go after Big's killer. They made no attempts. We drove back down there from after Kenny drove a block, damn near a block away, turns around, we comes back there. Puff runs out the car, gets on Big's side. I'm behind Puff, watching him and everything like that, watching him down the block and the whole 9 yards. Tone say, come on, let's go. Me and Tone jumped in the car. They were closer to us. Paul was actually out the car when the guy took the first shot. If Paul runs around Big car and start letting off on the back of the car, the guy probably only got 1 or 2 shots off. But that separate the men from the boys. It separate the men from the boys. See, if you ain't never been in those type of wars, in those type of situations, and you hear them things go off, it changes you. You either got to be trained to react or know to react or have that in you to react. Security let them down, man. Somebody pointing the gun at Big Tone said that. Pow! Pap, 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 pap. Went like that. That first pow, you come around that car and you let off in the back of that car. Does that delight with him? Somebody heard bullets coming from the back thing, unless he's a trained assassin and it's a kamikaze issue. Like, listen, I know I'm going to die when I come here. I know I'm going to die, so it's whatever. He hear them bullets, he going to duck. He might get one off. We don't know which one is going to kill Big. After you take 5 or 6. But if he only took one, he may have lived. Security let him down. I let him down because I didn't give him that out. And I still say that. When that nigga Puff told me not to go, I should have said, man, I ain't going there. F it. I'm not going. Call Chaz right there. Yo, come take me back over to the hotel, man. The Beverly Hills. I'm packing my stuff. I'm getting on the next thing smoking. Because I know it's going to be a thing tomorrow. You understand? Then Big Man would say, yo, Gene ain't going. Why Gene ain't going? Me and Big had just had a mean conversation all up in the thing. All up in the Winnebago. He was talking about how he respect me, you know, making fun of me. Talking, man, you love that nigga, man. You know, I ain't taking you with me. Showing me his contracts and everything. Talking, having fun. Still snapping. You know what I'm saying? For you guys, young guys, snapping means that we talking about each other. We're not bullying each other. He's saying jokes. I'm talking about him. He talking about me. You understand? That's what we mean when we snapping on each other. Yep. So security played a big part. But then what do you do when you don't have enough? Can nobody tell me they had a beef? Sadiq Coleman, Christian Levitt, Victor, I don't know, Brannigan. Can none of y'all tell me y'all would have went to California and only had 4 securities when you was in the East Coast beef, East Coast, West Coast beef? If you had went, you tell me, y'all, how many guys you would have had at the security place that night? David Randall, how many guys you would have had, bro? Thanks for working for me, Miss Just J, 1900. Thanks, Clarence Beck. Yeah, I know Puff was my principal, man. I know that. But you got to understand this is my thing. And I know Puff is my principal. But I know what I was supposed to do. You understand? Even though he said, yo, you will never work again for Bad Boy if you don't get in the car, Gene. Had I been off that car, had I been out that car, I could have I could have ran across fast enough to stop the guy from doing what he was doing. And I can't never get that out of my body, my soul. You understand? I can't get that out of my soul, y'all. You don't understand. That I was played like a sucker because I know I was supposed to, like I knew what to do. You understand? Had I been on top of that car when we went across that light, when I heard the first shot, I could jump off and just come what I'm trained to do. I'm come to do what I'm trained to do. You don't understand having that in your mind and racing in that mind, and you always hear the big song. You always hear, the people that got love for Big, even though Big was not my principal. You don't understand what goes in my soul and my heart when I know I'm supposed to do something and as a man. That's just like if I didn't take care of my kids like I was supposed to take care of, and I couldn't look them eye to eye. I feel for the fathers that can't look their kids eye to eye and know they did everything they had to. Nigga, I'll shovel shit, man. I don't care what you talking about. They never gonna feel, they never ever felt my pain. When I got suspended from my job for dealing with this bad boy, dealing with this stuff like that, they never felt my pain because I would work at a shelter. I worked doing security some places. I was in Miami with Scott Storch. I was in Florida, in California doing security. I do whatever I had to do to take care of mine so they don't feel my pain. So when people say to me that it's not my fault, if I didn't do what I felt I knew was supposed to have been done as a man, no matter what that nigga was paying me, it's my fault. So anybody can remix this and put whatever they want to and everything like that. Man, listen to me, you niggas out there that's doing that shit. Fuck you and feed you beans. Because you ain't gonna never do nothing to me. You'll sit around here and you'll talk all this tough talk and everything like that. I'm not worrying about that, man. I want y'all to go, man. Please, man. Get this kid in the Hall of Fame, man. That's the least we could do, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to Google that Hall of Fame stuff and get the Notorious Big in there. I don't care who making money off that, man. Get that kid in there, man. Chili 21777, that might be true. Tracks Manifests. Yeah, you right about that. Mr. Poole knew what he was talking about, man. That's why the FBI, the FBI ain't have nothing to do as far as like with the LAPD investigation. They investigated themselves and came up with the same stuff Russell Poole came up with, that the LAPD has some responsibility in it. Hold on, Tom Jones. Did you see the shooting video of Big? Nah, my back was turned. Tone was telling us about it, and I was trying to get out the car at the time. You understand? I saw the car when it turned the corner. Raw Spice, I understand. DJ Suds, back at you, boy. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. You understand? It just you just don't know. Like I've always been the type of dude, man, that like people know that when I work for them, I work for them. I ain't just talking about Puff. I'm just about what I did. I took pride in what I did, and man, I took pride in what I do. You understand? And if I say you my man, you my man, pots and pans. You understand? I give up my heartbeat, and it just fights me, and it twists me up inside, man, because I know, I know what and I get days. Y'all don't understand. Sometimes I get days that I'm literally mentally, effed up, and I got to go inside myself, inside my strength. I got to get it from my ancestors. I got to get it from my, what I know as a man and what I've been trained as a man to believe in the field, man, because sometimes days is hard to get through. You understand? Knowing you did what you did, you didn't do what you would know that you were supposed to do, and you allowed somebody to make you do what they wanted you to do. You understand? It F's with you, man. It F's with you. No, I don't. I don't. I didn't hear that. Shia Alama, thanks for the cash, the super chat. But big last words was when I was in the car before I jumped in the car with Tone them and we followed Kenny them. His last words was just do it. Big said, Tone said, Kenny said, Big, I'm gonna get you to the hospital. And Big said, just do it. When he put his head back, I said, don't let him go to sleep, y'all. Whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Keep him up. You understand? So I know somebody was on the phone and they told him, if you want your friend to live, pull over. And Puff said, I can't do that. I don't know where he was going. We was cussing him out. Tone was literally cussing Kenny out in the car. Like, where the F is he going? And come to you know what a hospital is? You from California? The hospital is 2 blocks away, and we go to a hospital that's 5 miles away, a half an hour away. Come on, man. When we probably should have just went around the corner where the ambulance was at. Ms. Green, thank you for that cash app at Big Gene 52. Appreciate you, Ms. Green, always. That's PayPal and Cash App, Big Gene 52. So I just want to let y'all know, man, I have my good days and I have my bad days. And a lot of people say, yo, that was 20 years ago. That was 30 years ago, man. Do you know how you would feel? Yo, let me just say this, man. Let me just say this to y'all. Yo, people ain't hold Big in his arms and pulled him out the car. People ain't never stood behind Big in the whole 9 yards. People ain't never laughed and joked with Big. You know what I'm saying? But people didn't shed a damn tear for Big. They didn't shed a damn tear for Big, and they ain't even had the personal shit for him. And they still feel that whole thing when they play his music and everything like that. You understand? Hey, I'm doing a show. I'm gonna call you as soon as I finish. Is it an emergency? I'll call you. Right. People ain't never had the chance to be with Big like I have, and they feel like I be feeling. Still today. So how you gonna tell me let it go? It's 20 years ago. If I could, I would. Because shit still eats at me. It don't eat at me because, for some proverbial reason that I think I could have saved the dude It's because I didn't do what I knew to do. I didn't do it for me. Had I stayed on the outside of that car or walked down to the corner, and I know you say if ands and buts with candies and nuts, Christmas would be every day. But I know within me, it would have been a different story. Parts of it would have been. They'd have added some more to it. Because Lord knows, when it comes to situations like that, I know what to do. I've been there. I know what to do. I know how to save somebody. I didn't put myself in a position to save people before. I've saved my own life before. I said it before, and here goes somebody put it on the internet. High-speed chase in Harlem. April 14th, 1999. When I told people I was in the shootout. They looked it up, put it on the internet. Gene wasn't lying. My thing of it is this, man. Security let Big down. And even though Puff was my principal, I was a part of that security team. I was a part of that security team. Listen, for the next for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna take some phone calls. Let me see. I'm gonna take some phone calls. That's at 201-969-6168. Hello, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal Last Big Night. Cooking the conversation.
What's up, brother?
Peace. What's going on? What's up?
How you feeling, man?
I'm all right. I'm good, bro.
Hey, I know this bothering you, man. I appreciate you giving us the insight on everything went on. I can tell you lost your friend. It bothers you, man. I like to see your load lighten up a little bit, man. So I'm on the call and tell you, you should probably concentrate on getting that cooking together for Choke, man. By the time Choke cooks you up under the sink, man, you feel a lot better, man.
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
I was trying to lighten your heart up a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
We watch you, man. Keep doing your thing.
All right, man. Thank you, sir.
Later.
All right. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello? Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Big Gene. This is James Green from New Haven, Connecticut.
What's up, boy?
Check this out, brother. If they knew they had death threats, why didn't they let stuff out there, though, man?
My man, listen to me.
You know?
I had my vest on, so I don't know. I can't speak for no other body else, man, and what they do and how they do it. You understand? I don't know if you're from down south or if you got family from down south, but you ever heard that saying, they don't believe fat meat's greasy?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, brother.
I know you tried your best, though, man.
All right, appreciate you.
I know you did.
All right?
Now, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, okay.
All right. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. Where you calling from? What's your name? Hello, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Big Gene, I'm Steven.
What up, boy?
California, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man, I had a question about Big Stretch, man. You know anything about Big Stretch?
No, I didn't know. I seen Stretch, but I didn't know Stretch like that, bro. All right.
You know how Pop felt about Big Stretch, man? Like, what happened?
I don't really know, bro. I can't speak on it. I don't know about that. All right.
All right, man. Well, thanks for answering my question, man.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you? Hello, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you? Hold on, bro. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Hello? Hold on. Hold on. Hello?
Yes, Gene. This is Jasmine Dixon Truth.
All right, go ahead, sweetheart. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, let me tell you something. These motherfucking haters over here, you know that nigga got the federales in here. You know he got people on the motherfucking payroll. You can't stop that. You can't let that shit stop you. You got to continue to do what the fuck you doing because the young ones and the ones coming up got to hear the truth. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
And I know that's why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? These old motherfuckers, you can't teach your old dog new tricks. You know you're doing it for the young ones. So you know what I'm saying? Them old motherfuckers gonna have a competition and shit to say, but you was there firsthand. You tell your story, you drop that book. I'm gonna have a lot of better to order that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters.
All right, sweetheart. I appreciate you.
All right, no problem.
All right.
So show love.
All right, appreciate you. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you?
It's Big Money from St. Louis.
D Money, what's happening, bro?
Let you chillin', man. Let you know. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And may God bless you and your family. And one thing I know is that if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. So there's not really nothing you can do about it.
I'm not worrying about that, bro. All right?
You know what I'm saying? But let you know, just keep doing your thing, kid.
All right.
Get it up.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Hello? This is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you?
What up, Big J? This is Don Buster Plain from Indianapolis, Indiana. I got one question for you.
Go ahead, bro.
I like your show, love your show, man. It's a video on YouTube that they got where you see you getting in the truck, right?
Right.
And I was just wondering, like, do you think that's the feds or something recording y'all? Like, how did they get that film and where's that coming from?
Bruh, I couldn't tell you. Because if you got that film, how you don't got the film from the guy shooting Big on the side of the car?
Right. Because it glitches like from here to there. Like it's like from one second to another second. So you can tell they cut something out of it.
Yeah. You got that.
That's all I had, though.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
Right on.
All right. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. Cooking the conversation. Who am I speaking with? And where you calling from?
This is Chris from Indianapolis. How you doing, Big Gene?
What up, Playboy? What's good with you?
I had a quick question for you. I don't want to hold you too long.
All right.
I want to say thank you. Thanks for what you do, brother. Appreciate the information, because we all love Big.
Right.
So I thank you for that. Question I got for you is Miss Wallace, Big's mother, did she ever file a wrongful death lawsuit against Puff, You're a Bad Boy?
No, not at all. She wasn't going to be able to do that because the guys who she got managing for her, Wayne Barrows and Mark Pitts, they Puff boys.
Okay. All right. I just feel for her, definitely, man.
Yeah.
I do what he sold. But you keep doing what you're doing, Big Gene. We love you out here in Indianapolis, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, brother.
All right, thank you. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Hey, Gene, what's up, man? Hey, I remember you said that DJ Quick was there at the Peterson. What happened to him?
I don't know, Chief. I don't know. They said he had went into hiding for a long time, and then I guess he subsided. They never called him or never asked him any of the questions. You know what I mean? They got pictures of him being there in the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
All right?
Thank you, Gene.
I appreciate you. Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, the Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Hey, yo, what's up, Big Gene? This is I'm calling from out of Oklahoma City. I just got one question for you.
Go ahead, Pimpin'.
All right, I was kind of confused on you were speaking on the Nation of Islam in the situation they had with Bad Boy. I was just saying if you can elaborate on that a little more.
That was on Soul Train, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the situation was. I don't know what the issue was. But Puff had a beef inside the thing with this dude, and he stopped us and surrounded us when we was in Soul Train. And Mustafa Farrakhan's son, who's over the FOIs in the Nation of Islam, intervened. But I'm telling you, the way this dude looked at Puff, if I would have had a problem with him, you know, I would have seen him and I'd have did something to him. Because it got that serious where Mustafa had to go up in the guy's chest and chastise him for not doing what he had said.
Oh, okay.
All right?
All right, thank you, OJ.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Hey, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, The Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Yo, what up, Jay?
What up?
What's good, man? Hey, man, I got a question, man.
I'm listening.
Why one of you security guys didn't get out the car and they escort you, Big, and the rest of y'all, you know what I'm saying, you know, leaving from out of the area?
What happened? Why didn't what?
Why wasn't one of you guys out the car, get out the car and escort, you know, everybody from the area, like Big?
Well, they was already in their cars, bro. I'm telling you, I'm trying to ride on top of the car. You know, I'm riding on the side of the car so I can make sure that I'm out the car in case anything go down. You hear me?
Right.
I'm putting my life on the end. And if the person that's paying you telling you that they don't want that, get back, get in the car, or you're not going to work a job for them, you're not going to do something, I'm paying you to do this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. Even though you know better, you got to pick and choose right then and there. And that's what I didn't do.
Right, that's what I'm trying to get at, because you know what I'm saying, if you had a superstitious already by you having a, you know what I'm saying, having a you know, idea that, you know, this guy that
yo, bruh. Yo, bruh. Do you hear that I'm telling you this is what I fight with my soul with, bruh? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I respect that. Right.
Are you listening to this is what I fight with? Fuck what I'm getting paid. I knew what was gonna go down. I was told and then I had to be showed.
Right. Yeah, because that you know what I'm saying, but,
Yeah.
You know, it's like being, you know what I'm saying, around the way, man. You know how it is if you got that gut feeling about something, man.
Right, it's different. You doing your own thing, but when it's just like.
Yeah, I feel you, but even if you out of state, you know what I'm saying, you already know the way you grow up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Like, take that shit wherever you go.
I understand that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be on point. You got to watch
Man, listen to me. Don't nothing be the ambush, bro. I'm always on point. But the fact of the matter is this: is that I'm in California. This dude said if I don't get in the car, I'll never work again for Bad Boy. Now,
so what?
But are you listening? Are you listening? So let me ask you something. They out there to kill people from Bad Boy. If I don't get in the car, then I gotta go for mine with everything they got out there trying to kill somebody for Bad Boy. So do I leave? I don't get in the car and let them leave me? Or what do I do?
I'm saying, like, when you was leaving the museum, right? You was leaving the show or whatever, right?
Go ahead.
So you was, because all that took place in front of right there by the side of the building, right?
Go ahead.
Right? So all I'm saying, like, could one of y'all have got out or whatever and directed the traffic?
It was no traffic, bro.
There wasn't no traffic?
It was no traffic.
So wasn't y'all behind each other?
Bignum was behind me and Puff them. We ran the light. Huh?
How many cars was following each other?
It was me, Puff, Bignum was behind us, and the cop was behind Bignum, and there was one car on the other side of the street trying to get behind Bignum. It was only 4 cars out there, bro. The rest of the cars was on the side parked. The guy who shot Big was parked in the first car. So when Big pulled up to the light, He came out the parking space where he was already parked at the corner, hit Big, and went around the corner.
Okay, so you're saying that Muslim guy was already parked, right? That car was already stationed there, followed.
It was already stationed there.
It was already stationed, right? So it was four y'all following out, right?
Yeah, it was 4 cars.
In that area.
Go ahead.
In that area where you noticed the Muslim brother.
Go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
That's what I'm saying. So what I was saying was like, you know what I mean? Because I had one of y'all directed y'all on up out of there, especially you being that you already had the superstition of my homeboy, the Muslim brother.
I'm the first car. If I tell these guys, if I tell our driver to run the light and we run the light, Big Nim's supposed to run the light too, bro.
That's true.
It's a fashion red light.
Right.
Do you agree they're supposed to run the light too?
Absolutely. You should have ran that motherfucking light. I would have ran that light.
Right. They didn't, bro. They stood there talking to those girls.
So let me ask you this. So when you noticed them not running the light, the car you was in, you kept driving?
No, we stopped. And then Tone said, yo, somebody pointing a gun at Big. I'm thinking Kenny finna put the car in reverse and go back. I open up my car door. We hear the first shot. Kenny guns the car going forward, not backwards.
Wow.
Bro, let me get somebody else. Thanks for your call, man.
All right. Stay up, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah, this is Big Gene from Raw Deal, The Last Big Night.
What's up, Big Jay?
What up, Playboy? What's good with you?
I just got one question. What's the correlation between Tupac and Quincy Jones' daughter and Big going to Quincy Jones' daughter party just that night?
Bruh, I really don't even know, man. You know, like I hear more about this shit from you guys. I hear more about this from you guys than I know anything. But all I know is that it was something that Puff felt like he must do, that he had to do. You get it?
No, that's a good question, huh?
That's a great question.
That's crazy, man.
All right.
But all right, I'm gonna play up good too.
All right.
Yep.
This is Big Gene from Raw Deal, The Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Hey, Big G, man. It's Steven from California calling again, man. I got one more question.
All right.
So a lot of the shooters were on Suge's payroll, man, on the LAPD. Do you think he worked with Puff Daddy or what?
I can't even tell you, bro. I don't even know. You asking me something that I don't know for sure. I can only tell you what I know, what I've seen, and what I've heard. All right?
Yeah, that was just a question.
All right, appreciate it. This is Big Gene from Raw Deal, The Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Hey, man, why come everybody from the East Coast and everybody from the West Coast is talking about this right now? Why come wasn't nobody talking about it when it was fresh? Why come
Yo, bruh, who you talking about? Why come everybody talking about it now? I've been talking about this shit since 97.
I asked you a question. I know I'm 46, almost half of 100. I know how all of this shit goes.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
So I'm saying, why come everybody from the East Coast?
I can't tell you about what somebody else is doing. Are you listening to me, bruh? Bruh. Bruh. What?
20 years ago.
Bruh, what? You say you 46 years old, right? Hold up. You say y'all 40, you 46 years old, right?
I said y'all been doing this. Answer the question.
Bro, I answered the question. You're not listening.
Y'all been doing this. Now y'all telling us now.
Bro,
Y'all been doing.
let me ask you something, right? Because you just hearing it. Listen here, man. You're listening to nothing. You don't know what you're listening to. If I've been talking about this ever since 97, if I got on MTV in 97, if I got on VH1 in 99, if I got on VH1 in 2004, and they just ran what they wanted to run and played the part that they want to play after having me in their studio for 4 to 5 hours taping me, how can I get it to the people?
Okay, I can't knock you. I can't it's a good question, but that's a good response you just gave me.
All right. In 2004, Ricardo McKendricks Jr. from the Junior Black Mafia for Philadelphia did a whole documentary with me talking about this shit, and the DEA took it from him. Look in the paper. In 2004, April the 4th, Ricardo McKendricks Jr. was picked up by the DEA. They said he allegedly had 250-something keys of cocaine. I didn't know he was no dealer. He told me he was doing a documentary on him. He did a full documentary on this shit.
So you know what I take from everything you just said, bro? Listen to everything you just said. You got the LAPD versus the West Coast. Now I was just thinking. Now you got the East Coast versus the LAPD. So you probably got dirty police on the LAPD side, like you got dirty police on the West Coast side, and they like the media. They twist and turn this shit by the time the truth gets to us.
Exactly.
So I feel what you're saying.
Yo, bro.
I feel you.
If I didn't know nothing about, listen to me. If I didn't know nothing about this YouTube shit, these kids brought me to this shit.
Okay, me too. I just started operating my shit just 3 months ago, but I want to say this. It was LA niggas. It was LA niggas that brought my whole neighborhood down.
Yeah.
You know, it was niggas from another coast that brought my neighborhood down. I've been sitting back watching East Coast niggas and West Coast niggas just talk and tell on each other now, saying shit that they ain't never supposed to be speaking on, because you got 13 people dead plus Tupac and Biggie.
Right.
And the living that's still here is still speaking on it. You got 13 dead plus Tupac and Biggie.
Right.
And I don't watch how the feds get down and how they work and how a motherfucker can come to the feds and say, I'll give you something better than what you got if you give me what belongs to me. That's how that's how my neighborhood was taken down. All
right, bro.
So I know how this shit goes. And I'm sitting here watching this shit. This shit is all bad.
Yeah.
You got the feds, CIA, FBI, all that shit. They running this YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook. They operating all this shit. They got a motherfucker coming through picking up this conversation you and me probably having right now.
I already know that to be true, man. But thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it.
Let's think this shit unfold and watch the whole neighborhood be dismantled.
All right. Well, listen, man. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it.
Yo, this shit ain't no game. You dealing with some big shit. Stay focused, stay alert, stay aware, because this shit ain't cool. None of it is.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, it's Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. What's going on? I'm listening.
Hello. Oh yeah, this is RV just from Detroit. And,
what up, man?
What I'm saying is, man, to me it sounds like a setup, and you know what I mean. It sounds like a setup. You know what I mean?
It's got set up all over it, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
But Gene, hey, big bro, hey, get some of that word in you, man. Help calm your spirit. And in times you have spells about Biggie.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right. Hey, it's Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Big Gene, what up?
What's up, Playboy? What's good with you?
Yo, this is D-Nice calling from Chicago.
D-Nice, what's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man, I appreciate your passion, man. I feel what you're saying and everything, but don't be on here arguing with these stupid-ass niggas, man. They don't want to listen to you. You're giving the facts. You're giving the basic one-on-one information, and they still not getting it, man. And
you right.
Don't stretch yourself out, because these stupid-ass niggas don't know how to comprehend basic English, bro.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
One more thing.
One
more thing I want to say.
I'm listening.
One important thing that you're missing, man, that you really not giving yourself credit for. And that is, you wasn't supposed to do nothing that night to help Big, because Puff knew it was going down, bro. We sit up in I've been back to 2017 when you first got on YouTube, and I remember you from the documentary you did back in 2004. And the thing was that you saying everything but Puff knew it was about to happen. I hear it. Other people hearing it. I'm listening. I'm reading it in the comments. But you not saying Puff knew what was going to happen.
Bro. Yo, Nice. Let me say this to you, bro. Let me say this to you. Right? You don't want to believe that somebody is that diabolical that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I hear him always trying to get big. He steady trying to get big at the party. Big is hanging up the phone on him. Big ain't fucking with him. Then I see the fact that he took D-Rock out with him, with Sally Richardson them the day before, you understand, got into D-Rock head. I see all this shit going down, but do I really want to believe that this motherfucker really knew the shit was going to go down? I see him do something different. When we usually leave a party, we leave. As soon as we hit out the door, as soon as the air hit us, we in the car and we gone. He's standing around there waiting. One day, all this shit makes sense, bro. You get it?
I get it. I got it from the first day you gave it to us.
Right.
But the thing is that you don't want to think that he would do something diabolical with Brock. You know how out here in these streets, when these white people get in your ear, when they put that punch on you and lean on you, it ain't nothing that you won't do to save your own ass.
You right.
Puff ain't no street nigga.
You right.
Puff a nigga who controlled by other motherfuckers who tell him what to do. So if they say stand down, that nigga gotta stand down. And he was your principal. That's what you said. So therefore, you took orders from him that night to say, hey, stand down, I need you in this car with me. So as a responsibility to him, that's what you did. But, bruh, that's not your burden to bear. You did your job. You here to tell the story. You here to get it out to the people. And it's out in the universe now.
Thank you.
It's going to work. It's from your mouth to God's ears. And justice going to be served, bro. Be easy on yourself, Big G. We love you out here, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. Hey, it's Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Big G, what's your thoughts on
Huh?
What's your thoughts on eating booty?
This nigga stupid. Faggot. Hello?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Yeah, who's speaking?
Hey, listen, we can hear it in your heart and soul that a part of you died with him, and it's painful to hear you relive the situation. However, you were spared because your title speaks volumes. Okay, the title of your story today is "You Didn't Have a Chance." Well, you're very correct. You've answered your own question, because if the principal is in a different area, in a different car, and Big is in another car, you're separated. You can't cut yourself in two pieces and be in two different places. You know, our superpowers allow us to do what we have to do. And it was an honest judgment call. You did what you were supposed to do. However, it eats you alive. And that's like post-traumatic stress syndrome, whereas, you know, you held this man. It's like people go to war and they hold someone dear to them and see a death or take their last breath. People go through that all the time.
Right.
But you were here and you were spared to tell the story. Your principle right now is your legacy and your loved ones. That's your girls. You've got daughters.
Okay.
But we're happy that you were spared. The Most High spared you, because the devil, we can't play with the devil.
Right.
Okay. He wants to be like the Most High, and he wants to do everything to eat you up. Scripture says that he walks to and fro seeking to devour. Okay? And as long as you allow to devour your soul and keep beating yourself about it, but you're here to tell the story. No one is taking your breath away from you. You've been heard. Your book's coming out. We love to meet you. And keep pushing. Keep telling that story. That's what you're here. That's your duty.
All right. Thank you.
I don't want to tell you stand down, sir, because the whole issue is you did what you were supposed to do. You did the right thing. There was no wrong thing in what you did. You did what anybody would have did. You would have got in that car and handled your principal. But you guys were divided. That's the devil playing chess with you. And you can't play with, you know what they say about that.
I appreciate
you. Can't play the game with the devil because he's gonna beat you every time. However, you've lived to tell the story, and that's the whole issue. The Most High is carrying you, and you gotta let him do that. But your principle right now, I would say, stand up. You got daughters, beautiful daughters, and people that love you. People are talking to you all over the world. You've got a bigger family now. And we all appreciate you. And one last thing, I apologize. I want to keep you long.
Thank you.
I know that, you've got this cooking thing going on, and I found a venue for you, and a lot of the people can meet with you. It's located in Michigan. I did text it to you on my phone, so you can take a look at it. It's a location in Michigan. So, get back with me, look at my number, and talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, no, appreciate you. Hey, this is Big Gene, Raw Deal, Last Big Night.
Bro, niggas eat booty.
Niggas is straight. You see how clowns. Hello? Hello, it's Big Gene, Raw Deal, Last Big Night.
What up, OG?
What up with you, boy?
Hey, funny thing. I'm a Robinson. We out of Central Georgia. I got that same square headline in Long Nose, man.
Yeah.
Now, I had a quick question. With anything you talk about the cars, was that normal? The puppy usually not ride with Biggie, or were they usually in the same car? And also, if you really think about it, he was tossing everybody's life in that car up. So, how you feel about that, or what was the feel about that?
Well, we never even talked about nothing that happened, and we never sat down after Big got killed and talk about nothing or did any of that. It was just hush hush, don't nobody say nothing to nobody. That's what he was telling people to do or whatever. But the long story short is that I don't even know, man. I can't.
Was he adamant about not being in the car with Big? Was that normal? Did he usually ride with Big?
No. They usually had separate ride. See, when Puff tried to say that him and Big was all that, it wasn't like that, bro.
Yeah, okay.
You understand?
I didn't know if that stood out. If that was another thing that just, that you didn't even think about. But
yeah, no.
I appreciate you doing your thing, man, sharing the love, and keep on,
All right, thank you. It's Big Gene from Raw Deal, Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Gene is down Savannah, Georgia, calling out Savannah, Georgia.
What's up, boy?
What's up, man? I got two things. First thing, if Phil Carson ever go to Miss Wallace with the stuff he figured out.
I don't know if he went to Miss Wallace, because what happened was, as far as I know, is the FBI the LAPD told the FBI head, according to Phil Carson, they told the head of the FBI that it would diminish their manpower and the help that they had. Because understand, Phil Carson only had 2 or 3 people working out the FBI office, and they used the LAPD for anything that they had to do. So they was told to fall back on that case, and that they was going to put something out like that. So Phil Carson, if you read his book, he says that in his book that he was told to fall back himself.
Oh, okay.
All right?
He ain't never reached out to Miss Wallace.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and then my second thing, I was just listening to Life After Death like a couple weeks ago, and it's a skit of somebody calling Big phone, and Big asking hello, and then the dude saying, I'm gonna kill you. Now, I want to know, I don't know if you know, but is that Puff talking to him? And if so, is that Puff talking to him indirectly? You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even know, man. I can't even say that, bro. I don't know. I'd be lying if I tell you.
Okay, but you know that'd be weird if it was Puff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's Puff telling him and just saying it indirectly to him.
Well, whoever it was somebody. Whoever it was is somebody who's gonna get paid for on the publishing on that. So I guess they wasn't gonna let just anybody do it.
And then that also disapproves Puff's theory of he never had no threats.
Yeah. Well, we know he did a lot of lying and saying big and nobody never had no threats or nothing like that. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep doing your thing, man. I'm about to continue watching, man.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Hello.
I appreciate you. Hey, what's going on with you? How you doing?
What up, boy? What's good with you?
Chilling. I got two questions. My first question is, have you ever seen the autopsy report? Why did it take so long for it to come out?
I never seen the official autopsy report, man. And anything that you see on the internet, man, you can't believe that. You got to see that the personal documentation that came into you. You would probably have to go into the you probably have to get the legal documentation from the hospital or from the LAPD report. You can't believe what's on the internet.
Right, yeah, I know it was released on some of the major news outlets too.
Yeah.
And I remember his family was upset about it when it came out. My second question is, do you think they killed Russell Poole because he was trying to bring that information out to the light? They tried to paint a picture like he was crazy.
Well, you know what, man? A lot of things could have happened, man, and like I go back to the conspiracy theory that Eazy-E, none of the girls ever came forward and said they gave him AIDS, but he went to the White House and came back with full-blown AIDS.
Right. I remember you said that before, but I thought the same thing.
So they could do a lot of things to a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Keep doing your thing, man. I've been watching you for a while, man. Back in the 90s, I seen someone I think Frank was the MTV thing, but I'm like, yo, this dude, he got the answers. He know, man. They trying to silence him. I always said it did. That's why I was happy you came out with the YouTube situation.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Listen to him, man. Well, yeah. Yeah, who's this? Yeah, Christian, you calling on an unknown number. That's why I didn't let nobody hear you. So which yeah. Right. Well, all right. Well, we're not gonna speak on that the Pac thing. We was on the big thing tonight, man. When we on the Pac thing, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from, man. All right. Right. You're right. 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 Well, listen. Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate your call. All right. This is Big Gene from Raw Deal the Last Big Night.
What's up, man?
What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Coming from the net, man. What's going on?
All right, what's going on?
Just a quick question, man.
Go ahead.
We got one question. Make it real simple. When Biggie got shot, it seemed like the after effect in the car. Why was there no blood in that front seat?
because, bro, Big was so big, and I spoke to a couple of doctors myself that are my friends. They say sometimes you could get hit, and the fat, once you get hit and the bullet goes inside you, the fat can close up. You understand? And he had internal bleeding. Because when I pulled him out the car, I'm be totally honest, man. It was I ain't smell nothing but shit and seen piss. I ain't see no blood. All right?
All right, King
Rule. Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. How can I help you? It's Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Yeah, I want to give my opinion about all this stuff. Gene, like, so everybody that was part of Bad Boy and all this stuff, everybody won't come out and talk who all was around, and I don't understand why. I know Puff got the bag and the money and they chasing the money, but if Big was so-called their man, I guess out of sight, out of mind, huh?
Hey, Big can't do nothing from him for the grave, right?
Right.
All right.
I got another thing for what my theory is, as far as with both, like we said, both of them they were both stage hits on both for Big and Pac's life, you know, and from how you see it, like all the people that played part that new stuff is not here no more, and I wonder if they're gonna try to make it hard for your book to come out.
Well, you gotta realize I had a deal with Simon and Schuster, and they stopped it then. It was stopped then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so do you think that when you got this one coming out, you looking for the day of March 9th as big as possible, you think they can try to do something to stop you, or you already got the green light?
Well, I spoke to the dude today, man. He said there's no way possible with the legal stuff that is going to come out March the 9th. And I was going to tell everybody that. You understand? And he said that because it's going to take anywhere from after the finished thing, it's got to go to what they call an editorial, then a lawyer. Then the lawyer got to look through everything and stuff like that and make sure that you can't be sued about nothing.
Yeah,
or somebody can't. I know. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna cut this off, man. It's your last call. This is Big Gene from Raw Dealer Last Big Night. How can I help you?
Yo, Big Gene, it's Casino Martin.
Go ahead.
From the D.
What up with you, boy?
Let me tell you these lanes, man. You got these lanes on you. Everybody voicing their opinion, saying you snitching. Like my man just said earlier, don't pay them cowards no attention.
My man.
They ain't from the streets. They ain't got no loyalty. They only know about what snitching is from fake ass rappers.
That's right.
But as far as the homie Puff, as far as you telling your story, nobody will take into consideration the psychological trauma you've been through. Pulling Big out the car, hearing gunshots, seeing that man bloody, pulling him out the car. You know, if Big 400 pounds, you got to pull him out the car. So, real recognize real. People can say what they want. That nigga Puff owe you his life, bruh. When the Muslim guy was standing right there, when he first walked up, he could have blazed everybody right there. You would have jumped in front of the bullets to save Puff. So whether people want to admit it or not, you got every fucking right to speak your story, because Puffy wouldn't be alive right now today if it wasn't for you. So all you cowards, y'all ain't never did shit in the streets. You got off the porch late. Y'all reality TV niggas. So don't pay real, recognize real. Anybody say you snitching, whatever like that, they ain't from the fucking streets. They cowards. Fuck them. Tell your story, bruh.
I appreciate you.
Every time. Puff owe you his life, bruh.
I appreciate you, man.
Recognize real, man. Casino Martin.
All right, Casino. Thank you, bro. All right. Yo, that's going to be the last call I'm taking right now, man. Listen, thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Yo, I do this, man, to hear some of the people' opinion, man, and bring the people in, man. You know, I'm going to feel where I feel, you know, and sometimes I have those days where, you know, I shouldn't come on here, man, because, you know, it's a time whereas that you're most vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to let y'all know how I feel. You understand? But I know my man Pete out there in City Island, you know, he looks out. You know, I'm just saying, I'm giving a shout out my man Black. I talk to my man Black. There's a lot of people I come on and they talk to me and stuff like that. And anytime a grown man get on, you see how stupid and ignorant, you know, these guys are. They get on here and they want to say what they want to say. Let me take this one of my moderators. Yeah, how you doing, Jackie? I got you on speaker. What's up? Hello? 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 Well, anyway, so I'm trying to do what I got to do to keep y'all informed and let y'all know every bits and pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? And don't think that the book is not going to be exciting because some of the stuff is already talked about. It's a lot of stuff that y'all don't even know and that we haven't even got into the greasy part of it. But it's a lot of nice things, a lot of good things that went on too. You know, I'm not speaking about I'm not only speaking about the bad thing. I rode in G4, G5 jets, stayed in 5-star hotels, ate the best of the food. I'm talking about some of the good things, the good times. You know, going up in the Versace stores and all of that stuff, that corny shit. I'm gonna be talking about everything, all the stuff, the fun, the jokes, all that. But my whole thing about it is that, listen here, I appreciate the time that y'all give me. You understand? I appreciate when people go to write me stories or write things down, and I try to get back to them and everything like that. I do that. Sonia, I'm doing a show right now. What's going on? Yeah, I'm good. We're good. That was a shootout over in other part of Jersey. All right. I'll hit you later. So I'm glad that I do have the support of the people that love Big. Listen, you ever get the feeling that shit just don't happen? Shit happened for a reason. It was a reason that I was in that Winnebago with Big all that time, and we was, he was telling me all this stuff. And I'm gonna tell y'all everything he told me. So when y'all see y'all see the faith and the Big story and how much they was in love, I'm gonna tell you what he told me from his perspective. Because to be honest, he told me he was in love, and his girl was Charlie Baltimore, and he was married. He was full grown married, but his girl, the one he was gonna make it to a superstar, was Charlie Baltimore. She already had rap skills. She already had pen skills, but it was something about her that Big was like, yo, that's my girl. That's my woman. Watch, she gonna be 10 times Lil' Kim. Yeah, Lil' Kim, my bitch, and she gonna always be in my life, but Charlie Baltimore is my girl. That came out of his mouth. And when I'm messing with him and teasing him, talking about, man, nigga, you full grown married, man. Talking about, he was like, psh. He was throwing that to the wayside. Prior to that, but tried to stop him from choking her up. So when you hear all these stories that they try to portray and these love things about to come on television and all that, come on, man, that's propaganda. Just like this Mary J. Blige and this Mary J. Blige finna do her story. If Kirk Burrows ain't in the middle of all that, if Kirk Burrows ain't in the Bad Boy documentary, all that's propaganda. They keep trying to fool y'all. And I know they getting mad. I know they getting upset. Like what my grandmother used to say, get mad, scratch your ass. Listen, if they don't care about you, fuck them and feed them beans. We're going to stay Chaz up. If you got a problem with them, nip them in the bud. And to little Mike out there in Camden, New Jersey and his family, you always got big jeans blessings, man. Y'all stay up. Yo, thank y'all for joining me today, man. It's been another program from Raw Deal to Last Big Night Cooking and Conversation. Peace.